I'm sorry. You need to go to the service desk, sir. I was working at Toy R Us in the 1990s. It was Christmas Eve. Normally I worked in the electronics booth, but the lines were very long at checkout, so they asked me to work a register. It was 1 hour before the store closed, but we knew we had to work at least an extra hour after closing just to cash out the large amount of last-minute customers. Christmas Eve was the busiest day of the season. I had worked there for a few years, so I knew the drill and just embraced the holiday spirit. While cashing people out, I noticed a man in the back of the line. He was being rude to everyone around him. He was complaining that the store didn't have anything good for his son, and he was settling on a rather expensive remote-controlled car. As he got closer, he started complaining about the amount of items that the woman in front of him had, and that she should let him go ahead of her. She had a small baby with her that was crying, and she couldn't seem to calm it down, so the last thing she wanted to do was hang a towel in the store any longer. She only had maybe 10 or 12 items, so it really wasn't that much. The woman behind him spoke up, basically to leave her alone and remind him it was the holiday season, etc. She was pleasant about it and not at all rude. He then started on her. He finally reached the front of the line. He handed me his credit card and told me to hurry up and insinuated I sucked at my job because the line was so long. What he didn't know is I scanned his remote-controlled car 3 times. The car was a few $100s, pretty expensive by 1990 standards. As I was giving him the receipt and his credit card, telling him to have a nice holiday, I noticed my mistake. I stopped him and said that I was so very sorry, and that I accidentally scanned his item multiple times. This scanner sometimes does that, and I am so sorry. He looked at me as if I was the dumbest person he had ever met. He then told me to fix the problem fast. This is the best part. I told him I couldn't do anything after a final sale, after the register had been closed, and that he would have to go to our service desk to get the issue resolved. I gestured to the service desk, and there were probably a dozen people in that line. The only way he could get his money was if he went and waited for a manager to handle the return. He was so pissed. After he finally reluctantly went to the service desk, the lady behind him in line said to me, "I feel like you did that on purpose." I advised that only a terrible person would do such a thing. As she walked out, she said, "We need more terrible people like you in this world." The next few customers expressed their approval of the situation as well. It made my day to inconvenience that guy like he did everyone around him in line.